Hello, my name is Aaron Leibowitz from Yeshivat Sulam Yakov, where Eitan, who's the innovator of Kook everywhere, learns every morning. I love Eitan, love learning with him, and he's asked me to read some Kook to you today. And you can learn more about Sulam Yakov online at sulamyakov.com. So I'm reading here from this translation of Kook, a section called A Love for the World. Great souls cannot disassociate themselves from the most universal concerns. All they desire and aspire for is the universal good, universal in its comprehensiveness, universal in its full width, height, and depth. But the whole is constituted of numberless particulars, particular individuals, and particular communities. The whole cannot achieve its highest fulfillment except through the perfection of its particular individuals and the particular communities, whether small or large, of which it's constituted. The higher unification, in which everything finds its completion, rests on the influence of the knowledge of God and the love of God, from which it necessarily derives, to the extent that one has embraced it. When the knowledge of God is suffused by a great love, when it's pervaded by its true illumination, according to the capacity of each soul to receive it, there radiates from it absolute light, a love for the world, for all worlds, for all creatures on all levels of their being. A love for all existence fills the hearts of the good and kindly ones among creatures and among humans. They yearn for the happiness of all. They hope that all may know light and joy. They draw into themselves the love for all existence, differentiated into many forms of being. From the higher love for God, from the love of absolute and total perfection in the cause of all, who created and sustains everything. I just have to say that I love this passage from Rav Kook, which speaks, I think, to a contrast between what's usually perceived, that Torah and kind of religion bring a person into a sense of particularity and not universality, and a sense of narrowness and not breadth. And it's so clear that Rav Kook was teaching us, was giving over a different Torah, a Torah which unfortunately is not nearly common enough, and is challenging, I think, often for people who are religious today. Just maybe one or two more lines. When love descends from the spiritual realm to the created order, it descends by fragmentation into particulars, to opposition and contradiction. It faces the necessity of confining the scope of the love bestowed to one individual for the sake of another, to many individuals for the sake of another. But love in its most luminous aspect is beyond the world, in the divine realm, where there are no contradictions, limits, and opposition, only bliss and good, wide horizons without limit. Boker Tov. Have a good morning, everybody.